exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing this evening, baby? It's Tuesday. We missed Sunday, baby. Sunday wasn't a go-go. Didn't have a computer on Sunday, so that didn't work out. So we missed the day, and I apologize for that. But technical issues got in the way. Let me get that down there. Anyway, it is Tuesday, and I'm glad y'all are here. Dorothy Tyndall was the first one to jump in, followed by Debbie Capran, John Cass, Golden Retriever 19, Retriever 19 Golden. I'm sorry, Bub, I got it stuck in my head. Bruce Preston is here. Dan Hack, Reva, Donna Sturdivant. Oh, darling, been with us forever. Wait, my letter. There it is, darling. Yes, it wouldn't be the first time you wrote to me. I would love it. Donna, where am I now? They got me all messed up. Anyway, Donna Sturdivant, Jamie B., Roger Hamilwright, JTLBZ. We love you back. Tom Reinhold, Susan Hall, Delmas 96. It's easy for y'all to say. Elizabeth Centolo, Bart Larson and Jacob, John McD, Sue Warrior, outstanding. Love having you in here. Susan Forsepi, Alton Gillespie. Boy, howdy shit. Y'all just had to be right next to each other. Susan Forsepi and Alton Gillespie. Carl Vogue, y'all tried doing this. Let me grab it and get on down here. We will not get started. Ted TZ in here. Jason Zella, Zia, and Bunny Griffin. Appreciate all of y'all being here. Anyway. Well, I'd like to say what's going on in the news today, but that's changing by the moment. Every damn time you turn around and look at anything on the damn TV, there's breaking news every 5 seconds on what this man is doing. And he seems to be on a roll, trying to screw up everything that he has. It's an outward attack on our system of government, our government itself. People in the government, just fire them all, get rid of them, and then just, willy-nilly about it. But it's also, it's so damaging to us here in the United States, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get a whole lot worse, I fear. But on the world stage, too. When we saw the bullshit going on, the deal between the United States and Russia now, between two buddies, throwing Ukraine out to dry. As a matter of fact, I saw, well, you saw the news today. Anytime you stick a microphone in front of that man's face, you expect some bullshit to come out of his mouth, and that's exactly. He's out there talking about how Ukraine started this war. Really? He sells bullshit, but he's got a crowd out there that just will eat it up. Let's. I got people down there I want to get up here, but let me get. Let's get this. This is good lead into where my mind was. Mitch Goldstein came in and donated $5, said the people united will never be defeated. The title of tonight's show was We the People. I saw that, and we see it everywhere. I saw it on a bumper sticker on a truck that I was behind. Unfortunately, it had a Trump sticker on it too. Kind of got my mind working. Yeah, we the people elected him. But it was on a bait of hate. The man just John's mind is a little
It
pissed
just
off.
takes the words right out of your mouth. I can't either.
Our power, yeah, it is. It gets so, you read the news, you get the headlines and everything, but it doesn't, it doesn't bring into focus the damage that this man is doing, irreparable harm. There's a list of people resigning from our government, fearful of his ass. He's trying to dismantle this thing. He wants an authoritarian.
Wait a second, though. I wouldn't say that they're fearful of him. A lot of them it's their only way to say, I will not participate in it, is to leave.
Well, what happened just a minute ago? The Senate. The Senate voted to advance Kash Patel for head of the FBI.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. The Republican Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Kash Patel. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to look into that guy's history and figure out, no, this is not the guy you want. It's a sellout. No. He's trying to sell out this whole country I don't know, to please Vladimir Putin.
I am not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. But I have noticed pattern, and maybe one of the other guests, when they can come in, might be able to help me out here. But I have noticed that, over the last 4 years, everything that we have done to try and prosecute this man, emphasis on prosecute,
right,
has failed, because generally defendants get, a little more, it's a little easier on defendants because prosecutors have to prove without a doubt. They have to have evidence and stuff like that. So here we are again. All of those went away or are shelved or, didn't go where we wanted them to go. And again, he's pushing things through, but they weren't the ones slinging the mud back at the court until people started going after them again, which puts them back in that defendant mode. They don't have to prove anything, right? The prosecutors, again, that have to, whoever brings the suit has to prove and have evidence. And we're seeing that some of the courts have turned down some of the recent, what people are considering illegal firings or even illegal hirings, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
And because it puts the burden on them to, where's your, show us the concrete evidence. We can't rule on it without any evidence.
Oh, he has no problem doing anything without evidence.
Right. And again, that seems to be the bigger game plan, is to throw everything around through the legal system and use our legal system against us.
Well, his little quote of he who saves the country breaks no laws. Yeah.
But again, all he has to, he can appeal and he can do all those other things, but he's not the one bringing the suits.
Right.
Someone brings it first.
Mitch Goldstein, are you with us? Oh, Mitch, you're on mute. Well, momentarily distracted away from the conversation, I guess. That's
He'll be
all
back
right.
in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure he.
Yeah,
there you are. How you doing, Mitch?
I was only about 13. How am I doing? Well, I'm not really sure. I think my company is going to be okay for maybe a couple of more months that we can see. So that's, I guess, we got to find some good news. That's it.
That's it.
We just hired somebody, which is also very encouraging.
They just made a new hire?
Yeah.
So that is
someone who I like and respect too. So it's good.
Well, there you go.
But we got some serious problems here. Most people, most American people not know what the FBI does because they get all their information from the television.
Yeah,
And the
FBI,
television
most
does
wanted,
not,
or
right.
Yeah.
And the television does not explain the part that the FBI plays in preventing terrorism. Specifically, preventing people from outside the U.S. from coming here and causing terrorism, and allegedly dealing with domestic terrorism. Kash Patel, a man of no palpable and observable skill or intelligence,
nothing that
is
gives
now
him.
going to be in charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I am not sure at this point whether the United States of America is going to make it through what we are about to have happen to us. Because we say, oh my God, it's been so terrible. It's been a month. Let me tell you something, my friend. This is just the early part of the first inning of this game.
Of a long game, yes.
And there's no reason why Trump and his minions will not continue to ratchet this up until he tears the fabric of this country apart, which, if you realize that that's exactly what he wants not only to tear apart the fabric of this nation, but he wants to destroy the international coalition that is preventing Putin from taking over Europe. And he's under orders to do it, and he has started executing on that by sending that stupid ass out there to run his mouth and then go meet with the Nazis.
Ooh,
we got some problems, folks.
Elon Musk? Is that who you're speaking of?
No, this was J.D.
Or
Vance.
Marco Rubio.
He went to Munich. He was supposed to confer with the Chancellor of Germany, but he blew them off to meet with the far right-wing party representative in Germany.
Yeah.
Just barely bordering and teetering on illegality, because Germany is not the United States. They do not have an equivalent of the First Amendment. And the government can say that certain symbols are illegal, and certain speech is illegal. And these people are actively fighting against
it's alive and well here in the United States. So. Yeah. We are in dangerous times. We are in dangerous times.
Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence.
Oh, no, don't go through the list, Mitch. We're going to look bad, buddy.
A known Putin agent. Don't think I'm right?
I know you're right. I know you're right. She's demonstrated that before.
We have
there's a trend here in this in the Trump government, and it has a lot to do with Russia.
Fox News host who is a wife beater and a drunkard, in charge of the
Department of Defense.
Department of Defense.
Yep. How serious do you think he takes this shit? He doesn't want people of experience. He wants people that are yes men, that are just going to do whatever Donnie in whatever group he's talking to is going to decide for our country, and that's it.
Let me ask you a question, John. You know the answer to this as well as anybody. You ready?
I hope.
What is the difference? What is the difference between obedience and duty?
Obedience can be obedience to a dictator, obedience to the law. Duty, that's something you take in your heart. That is something that comes from within.
Obedience means that you do whatever somebody says,
whatever
right or
somebody
wrong.
says. Yeah.
Duty
be a good
means
guy, could be a bad guy.
That you promise to follow the fucking rules.
That's it.
And that's the difference.
And it's up to each hand that goes up when that oath is taken. That is a personal oath. because we've seen the other side. There are veterans on the other side. How they got there, I have no fucking idea. It's their right to be an idiot, I guess. But we all took the same oath. And it's how you take that into your own character to abide by that oath against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Why do you think they put those words in there?
I'm going to run, John. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Mitch, thank you for coming in, brother. Tell Julie I give my best.
I sure will. Take care, man.
All right, you too.
You know, John,
Yeah.
I think I would add that with obedience, there might be consequences if you're not obedient.
Yes, disobedience will bring consequences.
Yes.
You know, it is. It's yeah. It's interpret. You know, each one of us holds within us. Not even if you weren't in the military, if you didn't take an oath, you Pledge of Allegiance, or whatever it is that you hold in your heart that holds this democracy together. A compassion for those who are different or not as well off, or that feeling of morality that right is right, and it's hard to
Right?
yeah.
Duty is more about holding yourself responsible for the unenforceable.
Yeah, and not for anybody else's entertainment, or you don't do something just because you're going to get the accolades. Like, oh, look at her, good guy. You do it from your heart, and that's what we're relying on. Is that duty within every one of us to hold on to the democracy, to fight for it. I talked to one on right before the show, or a couple hours before the show. I was on a video chat and messenger with a bunch of blue dots, and one of them, Lisa, had just recently gone to the protest in Oklahoma, and she is fired up. She is fired up. I could feel it in her voice. She had facts in her head, and it's Oklahoma. It's like Texas, it's deep red, and you feel like you're outnumbered. I do on my street, shit. It's a whole bunch to one. So it takes that dedication within ourselves to step forward and do what we can, to use your voice, to use your vote, to use your donations in the right ways, and contact your congressman, your senator.
Keep using your voice. Keep protesting. There's going to be protests from here on out.
Yes.
All the time.
Hey, let me, yes, there will be. Let me thank Gregory Brown, who came in with a $20 donation and said, typical rapist blaming the victim. I guess Ukraine shouldn't have worn that tight-fitting dress.
Oh.
Yeah, he's chumping Ukraine off. They're not even bringing Zelensky into the damn conversation. It's ridiculous. And Trump is just, he's itching to please Putin in whatever way he can. Hello, Ozzy.
Oh, fucking hello, America.
Hello, America, Dave. It's not all of us, buddy.
I have got so many things that I want to say that it's like the elephant in the room, but everyone's talking about something else, and what they're not looking at is that Europe has come out this week, along with Asian leaders, and said, we will not let Putin get away with Ukraine. Europe is going to step up.
The European Union to
mate, every country bar America is prepared to step up. England has come out and said, we will put troops on the ground, just say the word Zelensky.
Yeah.
They're not going to let it happen. So what's going to happen?
The European Union, the only one that is not is us. And do
You're
you
going to
think
be
that's that?
in partnership with Putin? Are you going to be in partnership with Putin against the rest of the world that's
If it
fighting
is
war
if it is
democracy?
left up to the Trump administration and Donny Boy, yes, we are going to be allies with Russia immediately. We're going to improve relationships. We're going to improve trade, all of which is going to benefit Russia. Not going to benefit the United States at all, and it's not going to further our claim of democracy, the country that stands for freedom and self rule, all that shit out the fucking window with the Republicans.
It's the start of another Vietnam, another Afghanistan. But the problem is, what side of decency or what side of history is America going to stand? If Russia
look at
starts
the position
shooting
he's
back
putting
at-
Ukraine in right now.
Yes, doing peace talks without the man involved. They're talking behind his back. He's the man.
He's
country.
already willing to give Russia all the land that they have taken. Just give it to him. That's the deal he's going to give. That's the deal they're going to come to, is Russia gets all the land and fuck Ukraine. That's what it's going to be.
And Ukraine can't be a NATO member, ever be a NATO member.
Ever be a NATO member. Yep, can't do that. Yep. Yeah.
But
he's getting everything he wants. Because
Trump's
we have a president that
saying,
is scared shitless of him.
Trump's out there saying that these are his words, by the way. It's been a shame because, as his word seller goes, that they haven't had elections for so long. I mean, this guy's just in there. He's ruling these people. They should have an election so they can choose with Zelensky's the right person. But so he's destabilizing their political side, so Russia can influence their elections and not fight a war. Just
I heard Elon Musk has got a deal on the voting machines over there in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, right. You want some good news? You want some good news? This
you can always use good news. Huh?
Okay, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce said he's leaving his X app with all his millions of followers. He said it's a toxic waste dump. Oprah Winfrey has said she's moving to Italy for 4 years and will come back then. Sheryl Crow sold her Tesla and gave the money to charity. Also, Ontario, Canada has announced they have ripped up a $100 million contract with Elon Musk for Starlink. Tesla sales in Germany are down 60%. I've got more, but I'll give it to you later.
Isn't it going great?
Their house is burning down while they attack America. Their own house is burning down.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be a trillionaire. He wants to be the first trillionaire, this Elon Musk guy. He wants to be a trillionaire.
He wants more than that. Hey, let me catch up real quick.
My last word, John, here is that the problem is that the white supremacists, the Nazis, and all those MAGA nuts thought that DEI was a black thing. It was helping the blacks only. 75% of DEI was used by whites and white disabled people, white disadvantaged people, white people
they don't read the fine print. They just look at the headline and go, nope, we don't want that. And this whole DEI thing, the whole attack on that goes back all the way to the 60s. When we marched for civil rights, when we marched for women's rights, all of that is on the line with the bullshit of this DEI, because DEI is a result of all that we fought for back then. They changed the acronym, that's all. Diversity, inclusion, equity. That's what we fought for. We got it, and now that is what's under attack. So yes, he wants a world where it's just the white man. That's it. The menial jobs will be left to those of lesser asset. It just smacks
it's
of
pure
it.
Nazis, mate. The world is saying it. I don't know why Americans aren't saying it, that Donald Trump's party is the neo-Nazi party of the 21st century.
Anyway, let me catch up real quick, because James Blossom, it went away, came in with a $5 donation and did not click on the thing. Let me hit that. And John E. McCormick came in with $5, said, howdy from the Philippines. I know, John, you just keep rubbing it in. And said, boy, howdy shit. A congresswoman introduced, yes, she did, introduced a bill to make Trump's birthday a federal holiday with Flag Day.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes,
Wait, what?
because his birthday does fall on Flag Day. So does my son.
You got some
So
Europeans
does
down
my
in the
son.
audience today, John.
Huh?
You
Yes,
got some
yeah,
Europeans down that audience.
Yeah, we do.
You got half of Europe down there.
Let me thank Mary Humphreys, who came in with a $10 donation. Mary, thank you very much. We appreciate that tremendously. Yes, because it's where's my damn thing?
I don't know.
Because our politics, our government, God, I can't keep a thought in my head for 2 seconds. Our government is a stabilizing force in the world. Our military is a stabilizing force in the world.
Was.
That is being challenged. That is being withdrawn into I don't know what you want to call it. He's a sellout to Russia. And whatever the fuck Russia wants, you could expect Donald Trump to parrot out of his ass. Because that's where we are.
But I can't understand, John, why this man is bagging NATO and saying that Elon Musk came out the other day and said, I don't know why NATO still exists, but yet they're trying to control the NATO membership. And they're so concerned about it, but yet they're bagging it.
NATO exists because of the aggression of Russia. That's why, there's no hiding the fact that that Putin has got his eye on reinstituting the Soviet Union. And that means Poland, that means the Baltic states, that means a lot. And now with the United States just standing on the sideline going, oh yeah, well go ahead and help yourself. What the hell? Yeah, Europe has a lot to worry about.
Are you shitting me? Outstanding.
Well, let me catch up real quick again. Keith Thompson, that Marine, came in with $5, said, be an old school military. I see the current enemies as domestic. I believe I see the same thing, Marine. Chuckster 255 came in with donated $5 and said, our federal government is infested with maggots. Maggots. Yes, and that's the plan. Hudson Kerr came in with a $10 donation and said, missed you guys. Just want to say I am tired. I'm not giving up. I'm just tired, which is, of course, half the point of it all. But I'm just really tired of it all, feeling like moving back to Canada. Hudson, thank you for the donation. And that might be part of the plan. It is to wear us down. He's thrown so much shit at the wall. This is only 30 days in. And look at the crisis he's committed. He's generated. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot to bear. It's a lot to try to keep up with every day, believe me. And let me thank Mama Jones, who came in with $20 and said, love from another blue dot in rural Minnesota. When you're a blue dot out in rural country, you're probably not a popular person. Anyway, Yelly Man, how are you?
I'm fine, John. How are you doing? Do you have a sore throat?
It's another day. We had computer problems plus some other shit around it.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets in my way of my day.
Hello, Dave, and hello, Mr. Shake. How are you doing?
Hello, mate. How you going?
It's the news in Europe is dominated by the NATO and France and the UK are offering to bring troops on the ground in Ukraine.
Yes.
And which I think is a wonderful idea. And
yes, Ukraine.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, England has stepped up, and France has stepped up and said they will send troops into Ukraine to help. Exactly. What side of history is he putting us on?
I don't
because
know.
he's not only abandoning everything. Because we all know that Russia started this fucking war. Russia crossed the goddamn border under the pretext of some other bullshit that I can't even remember right now. Give me a minute. It was
Terrorism.
terrorism. Was it terrorism?
Yeah, it was terrorism.
No, it was something else. To save Ukraine from something.
From Nazi, from not the Nazis.
Yes,
They were
from
trying to
Nazis.
get rid of the Nazis.
Get rid of the Nazis in Ukraine. Yeah, that's right. But that's what it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it morphed
Yeah.
into all sorts of other shit, probably 50 times since it started.
Then
Where was
Trump, in a press conference today, he started repeating Russian talking points.
Talking
about,
points.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just like, and he started talking about elections in Ukraine. I mean, that fucking asshole stole 2 elections. What is he talking about?
He's
I mean,
parroting everything Russia wants.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And
Where these maggots, where these people out in the rural areas, they got their head up their ass, or are they just so
It's
filled with hate
laughable.
that they're just blind?
And the reason why Ukraine doesn't have elections is because they have a war, and it's in the Ukrainian constitution that there can be no elections in a state of war.
Exactly. And
So-
in the American Constitution. Yeah, man.
you cannot.
The American
yeah.
Constitution.
So it's not because of he literally called Zelensky a dictator today.
Yes, he did.
And it's laughable. I mean, look at the guy. Look at who's
He's
talking,
selling
you
the
know?
narrative
Yeah.
of to his maggots.
Destabilization.
Yes.
If I come into your company where you work, and if I'm a pretty good talker, I can pretty well guarantee you, if you've been working there for 20 years and you love your boss, within an hour I can have you hating your boss and wanting to quit your job. It's not hard to twist a simple mind. An evil mind can twist a simple mind quite
There are 2
easily.
powerful emotions in the world. Everybody knows this: love and hate. Love and hate. Those are the 2 most powerful moving emotions.
Fear.
Well, fear. Yes, I would. Okay, we'll go with 3. You're right, Dave, because fear. But fear, it's a commodity that can be sold, in this case, by Trump.
And there's
Well, that's
another
how
thing I'm going to
Go on.
tell you, John, that and Dave, that is that Europe is actually planning ahead in a case where, if in a scenario where actually Trump is pulling out of NATO. So Europe is actually planning to continue NATO without the US.
Yes.
That's also in the news. So NATO won't go away, even if America leaves.
No.
But it's going to be bad for America.
Trump's
You're gonna lose.
Trump's is going to
lose
try
a
to
lot of
weaken
allies.
NATO.
Yeah,
he's
but
going to try to weaken Ukraine by pulling all our support out, and he's
yeah,
going to try to weaken NATO.
But
He's going to
Europe
go across
is
the
stepping
whole.
up now.
He's going to go across the whole thing, kicking shins. That's what he did last time.
Denmark, who is a country with 5 million people, they are contributing $7 billion right now extra to NATO. And I think France.
And who brought them aboard? Oh yeah, Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, and
The guy who
Sweden and
strengthened
Finland.
NATO.
That was Sweden and Finland. They were invited.
Oh,
in when
I'm sorry. That's right.
Biden-
Sweden did
yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really on
he's
top of my
threatening-
game today. Jess, are you in here?
I'm in here, John.
How are you
Hi,
doing?
everybody. I'm doing well. Hi, Elsie. Hey, Yellow Man.
There you go.
Hey, Mr.
Hello,
Chick.
Joe. Hello.
I'd like to talk about 2 things first.
Right.
I wanted to talk about. I am so sick and tired of all these nominees saying, when they're asked a question, "I'll follow the law." Okay. Well, what happens when Donnie changes the law to
There you go.
for example, let's say pre-Board of Education, and so suddenly your segregation is the law. Well, I guess, is that the law that they're going to be following? I mean, it just
The law
makes me
will
sick.
be whatever Donnie determines it to be on any given subject.
Exactly. And so
he is
for them
going to
to say,
micromanaging. That's what authoritarianism is.
yeah. So for them to say that they'll follow the law, I found very rich. I'd like to kind of talk about. I mean, if the U.S. leaves NATO, then the other countries can just let in Ukraine.
Yeah.
They could.
It's gonna be a very messy situation, no matter which way you look at it. From any angle, it's going to be ugly if America sticks their heels in the ground and backs Russia. It's going to be ugly. Trade-wise, it's going to be ugly for America and the rest of the world.
Gonna hurt. Yeah.
Well, there was a podcast
tariffs already.
Yeah, there was a podcast, and this guy's talking about perhaps the only way that this can ever be resolved here is, in the U.S. is for complete. Going basically as an alcoholic or gambler or whatever, you have to hit rock bottom and complete destruction.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and the only problem with that is that, again, the poor and the marginalized will be the first to feel this destruction.
Yeah.
This is Trump's game.
Financial spectrum.
This is Trump's. This is what he does. Every company he holds, he destroys. And it would appear now that every company that Musk has been holding is starting to fall apart. And they're doing it to America by their natural instincts. It's just ugly.
That's
because in
because
a more basic way to rape and pillage. That's what Elon Musk wants to do to our society, to our way of government. He wants his people in control.
Yeah, that's because people have this false assumption that you should run a government as a business. The purpose of a business is to make a profit.
Yes.
The purpose of a government, whether you run a profit or whether you run a surplus or not, is to serve the people of that you are.
That's right. Take care of the people's money, take care of the people's health, take care of the people's well-being.
The infrastructure.
Don't exploit them. Don't exploit them. Simple.
And the fact that we have the Consumer Confidence Index out of the University of Michigan, which they showed that the consumer confidence was at a 6-year low, shows just exactly probably why he's a 6-time.
I don't know how anybody could have confidence in the economy right now.
No. Well, the only shares going up at the moment quite quickly, which should be a worrying thing, is private prisons. Their shares are going through the roof.
Yeah, we talked about that a week or so ago. I brought it up that the stock price, the stock value of private prisons is skyrocketing. Guess where they're going to build new ones? Right here, baby. You can bet your ass there'll be some in Texas. It's big business,
and Guantanamo?
Because there's going to...
Guantanamo?
Yeah, we could fill Guantanamo.
And Ecuador?
Ecuador?
Yeah, shipping them to Ecuador. Made a deal down
Cuba.
there. And it's like they got plans for I don't know, mass incarceration.
Torturing, information getting. That's what Guantanamo knows about. You torture people, you get information. And it can't be seen by anyone because it's too far away.
And they have a new
is real. I can't help but think that even somebody like me on the very low end of internet what do they call it, influencers, I guess, whatever,
broadcaster.
Yeah, broadcasters. Tennessee Brando, Midas Touch. These people got to worry about when the information that Elon Musk gets. How long is it before they start targeting people that stand up? And
it's Orwellian. It's very Orwellian.
Yes.
All this is very Orwellian. 1980? Was it the
1984?
1984.
84.
Yep.
Yeah. But I just think that I just got this good feeling, and I suppose it's hope that something's going to happen, and America's going to wake up, and these protests that happened yesterday are going to be much bigger, and it's just going to go big.
The
Because
protests,
I think
are gonna increase. I believe the people's
I hope
voice.
so.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any. What other choice do we have right now?
You got no choice.
Outside is to show our numbers and to show our disdain for all the shit that's happening. The do for two for blue. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, John's got a lot of shit in his mind, and it bounces around all the time. When we talk about doing two for blue, it's still very valid. It's more important now than it ever was. To call a friend, talk to a friend of yours, maybe to collaborate there, write a letter to your congressman, to your senator, and it might fall on deaf ears. Mine do. Shit, my congressman's red as red can be, but we can't stop. And if you have an opportunity to attend a protest, I wanted so bad to be in Austin yesterday, and it didn't work out. I couldn't do that, but I myself, I want to get more louder. I want to do something more. We all have to do something more. What that is, I don't know. I'm trying to find my way, just like every one of us.
Well, John,
with
the
every
obvious
day
way
you're
is
getting a deluge of bullshit.
let me pull you up there and say the fix is simple. Do what you've been doing this past few weeks, America. You have made Elon Musk suffer, and his companies suffer. Trump, I'm sure, you're going to all leave his platform, his media
Anytime
platform.
you can use the power of the purse,
You are hurting him. You are
so.
hurting them that way. Yes. Don't buy their shit. Buy whatever, but don't buy those companies that are backing this Trump and Musk thing, because you are actually doing a good job right now, because their shares are going down. They're losing money. Play the same game, guys. Bankrupt them. They're trying to bankrupt you.
Yep.
And there's a lot of power
to do
in
it for
that.
to try to do it for a full quarter, because they need to find out what their quarter earnings, how much they've gone down.
Yep. Well,
Tesla's going down, so
Hello,
badly.
that's good news.
Jump right in here, buddy. How you
Hey
doing?
there,
Hey,
John.
Kirk.
Hey, Kirk.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
I heard Aussie Dave say something that my intuitive side is telling me as well, is that I do believe we're reaching a point to where the dam is going to break.
Yes.
If you noticed the comment I dropped on YouTube, once you go through your next group of chats here with my alias Lincoln, down in Tennessee, there was apparently some National Guard troops at a protest that set down their shields.
I saw
and
that.
Stood
really?
with the protesters.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I watched this No Kings protest in New York City yesterday on my way home from work, because I work nights, so I watched all 2 hours of it. There's not only liberals in these crowds. We have pissed off Trump supporters in these crowds. Now, this is the dam that I think that Aussie Dave is referring to, and that we all are seeing that is going to break. And I'm here to tell you, the specific programs that these people are going after is stealing food off of the tables of the people that voted for him. That is a losing strategy. And that is a strategy that is going to have
fuck around and find out. They're finding out.
No,
it's going to impact them. The only ones that I see, anybody with a half a brain is going to see how things are going and regret if they voted for him. But the maggot-based group, no, they'll suck it up. They'll still go out and buy another Trump watch or whatever he's got, selling.
Can I say something here, John? When
Sure.
it comes to all these people who voted for Trump, who will suffer the consequence, I don't have much sympathy for them at all, because they knew what he was, because he's been president before. So everybody knew what he was. When you vote for
It's
him,
not about having sympathy for
No,
those, but
no.
it's going to impact everybody.
it will, yeah. But I've seen
So-
a couple of YouTube videos of Trumpers crying and whining about them losing their job or losing their farm because of Trump, and I'm watching and I'm thinking,
When you start
cry me
talking
a
about
river.
dismantling the government system
Yeah.
that we have, and if you think for a minute that that's not going to impact private industry, you're crazy.
It will. It will.
It impacts it a whole lot. It impacts public safety. Look what he just did with the nuclear
Stockpile.
Yeah, he fired all these people and then found out, oh shit, these are the people that keep track of our nuclear material, and had to
And they
resend the
can't-
letter.
And they can't find them to rehire them.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
they're all,
it's
they're
a
all in
clown
Iran.
car. It is a clown
They're all
car.
in
They
Iran
just-
having a holiday.
Huh?
John, yeah, all those people in Iran having a holiday.
Yeah.
All those
Iran.
ex-nuclear employees, they've all been scooped up by the opposition countries. All your secrets are now out there, and you can't get them back.
Yep.
You sack the people that are holding your nuclear secrets and your nuclear, knowledge of your arsenal and everything like that. You sack them. I mean, that's just incompetence plus.
That's 'cause
What can I say,
That's really
Dave? That's where we're at in this
people that have
country.
no clue.
That's where we're at. That's what we elected.
Yep.
But it's not just Trump. There is a group behind his ass that know exactly what they're doing, and his ass
the
is
Heritage
just a puppet.
Foundation?
Yes, yeah, and even that. I found out what's her name? Sassoon, the Attorney General for the Southern District of New York that resigned.
Mm.
Okay.
What do you
She's
think
a
about that
Federalist-
mayor
She's a
in New
Federalist
York?
Society member. She's a
What do
member
you
of the
think about
Federalist
that?
Society.
That fucking mayor of New York.
Yellyman.
What the
Oh, that
He-
corrupt man.
he was-
if there was any honor left in the man at all, he would step down, go crawl under a rock, and stay there.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
he was
what I
going-
think of Eric Adams.
He's a
Get
complete
out.
disgrace.
He's a
think-
disgrace.
Yeah.
And it exposes the Trump administration for the same thing, for this bullshit of well, if you let us come in there and raid schools or hospitals or churches or whatever, we'll get them out and it'll make Trump look like a badass, like he's getting it all. It's all a fucking scam. It's a charade. They want the cameras there anytime there's an ice bust. Who was it? Dr. Phil, even
Yep.
out there with a camera crew. Are you
Dr.
sure? It's
Phil?
all designed as propaganda.
Dr. Phil, don't call him a doctor. No
Yeah,
doctor would
well.
subject any person to that sort of treatment. The man's supposed to be a psychiatrist, psychologist,
he
whatever.
sold out his ethics just like he sold out his country.
Yes, he did.
So
Yes, he did. He's not a
you
doctor.
can't expect much out of somebody like that. I don't.
He's a doctor, like Donnie's
do you have
a
anything,
businessman.
But did you? have
Here's a
anything to add
comment I
about the
just looked
mayor?
down to see, and I like it. Hope 216 just wrote, wait a minute, come back here. Yes, Musk is one of the biggest welfare queens out there. No insult to legit welfare recipients. Anybody can be down on their luck from time to time. It could be any one of us, Adams to Rickers. Yeah, Musk is going to be the one to benefit. You talk about welfare. Government contracts that man's going to get. Holy shit. He's
Well,
gonna
and
rape
here's
this
what I've
country.
said before.
He is
I
going to
have
rape
said
this
that
country.
people are going to quickly forget, and I'm talking about the red hats. They are quickly going to not give a flying fuck about this whole mass deportation thing when their Social Security check comes in cut in half, when their SNAP benefits go away, when their Medicare goes away, when their Medicaid goes away, all of a sudden they're going to be pissed off at the man they voted for. Yeah.
Well, they already are.
You've already
It's starting
established
now.
a crisis.
Yeah, the farmers are already upset. The problem I have is they are upset. Like this guy.
They helped
I'm trying
put
to think
him back in.
Well, he's like, if these can just call your congressman, I need this contract to come through. After that, do what you want. Which is the problem I have is everyone has got this thing about they don't care as long as it's over there.
Yeah. Somebody else, just not me.
But the other thing that gripes me is that I'm sick of seeing, and this is not a kick in the guts to any of the podcasters who are doing the right thing. I'm sick of hearing headlines, Trump is finished. This will end Trump. It's all over for Trump. And then when you go to the story, it's not happening, right? So what it does is those once again, those easy way out, I don't have to work for it, see these headlines and go, oh, it's all sorted. Trump's in trouble. He's going to be found out. I can leave any protest I may have.
The more he is attacked, the more his base loves it.
And that's the problem.
They love him.
You've got to say the actual facts in your headlines. Don't let the people know the problem's solved. Because by your headlines, we get the impression the problem is solved. Don't mislead your readers or your listeners.
You know,
give us the facts.
That's clickbait, Ozzy. That's like the corporate media. They lure people in to watch the videos.
The headline. They want. It's all, trying to get you.
They don't give a shit.
Honest headline.
Yeah, they don't give a shit if they lie.
Let me take a break here because I need to catch up. This was 20 minutes ago because Gordon Marble came in with $10 donation and said Rump is proving over and over again that he is a Russian. He's a Russian agent. He's a Russian ass kisser is what he is. He's always wanted to be Putin's buddy. Lincoln came in with $5, said the National Guard in Tennessee put down their shields and stood with the protesters. Duty. Yep. Let's listen to your oath. Keith Thompson, the Marine, came in with $5, said getting his ass kicked in Ukraine, but winning in the U.S. with Trump. Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's how come North Korea has troops over there, because Vladimir Putin's doing such a bang-up job in Ukraine. No, he's going to get his ass kicked if we all stood with him. Now that is put into question. And Dan Hack came in with $20, said, for all the good people in here, this is for you. And we have Dan, thank you very much. I appreciate all the help.
And the latest news is that Homan is zeroing in, who's the border czar, zeroing in an AOC, saying that she will be brought up on charges in the summertime for violating the law by instructing and telling her constituents basically how to confront ICE. And he said that's treasonous, and she will be brought up on charges.
She was on the radio discussing what to do if ICE comes to your door. Just don't let them in.
Yep.
Just period. Don't answer the damn door.
I mean, that border czar doesn't have a
flying. They don't have a warrant.
Chance in hell to do anything to AOC.
Can I say something regarding the sanctuary cities? Well, you got sanctuary cities like New York City, and you got sanctuary cities like Chicago, Illinois, sanctuary cities like down in Los Angeles. Okay, no matter what you might think, that is a congressionally that was put on the books by Congress. Am I correct on that?
I would
assume. Good question. I don't know.
I mean, so that is a law that's put into place. Okay, so we have to understand here that what they're doing, Holman is overriding state law, plain and simple. Okay, if they want to relitigate this in Congress and abolish the idea of sanctuary cities, fine. Go through a process and do it the correct way.
Oh, no.
But it looks to me like Congress is pretty absent these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Congress. I don't expect anything out of Congress. I really don't. The Republicans, as pointed out earlier this evening, just advanced Kash Patel to be FBI director. That should tell everybody everything about what the Republican Senate is. They are just an ass-kissing section of give Donnie anything he wants. They are complicit in this shit.
Yep.
In the destruction of our whole system of government. The Republican
But it's
Senate
disappointing,
is complicit in this.
It's disappointing not to see a strong, besides the Moskowitzes and the Raskins and the AOCs, which you can name on one hand how many from the left are actually standing out and trying to expose Trump and Musk. There is, as a collective group, the whole left wing has been piss weak in its response or its fight back. The people are actually doing the work now, the work of Congress, which is sad.
Well, think about it.
It's come to that.
It's come to we the people. Our voice. If we don't stand up now,
exactly.
If we don't get in the streets and protest, if we don't let your congressman, your senator know, because they pay attention, and this shit is going to go downhill real fast, and it's going to impact a whole lot of people. But once it impacts them, it's going to take a while before they even get back up on their feet, and that's what they're counting on. The chaos that's going to create. If you interrupt somebody's...
They're trying to set it in stone, so it's going to be virtually impossible to go back to what is right and what is expected of a government. Sadly, I think on the left, there's too many wealthy people.
Yes.
Talking about Hakeem Jeffries and all those fucking assholes.
There's too many wealthy people are going to be advantaged by Musk and Trump. So they're just being quiet. They're not looking like they're helping them. They're just not doing the right thing for the
Jeffries
left.
is the weakest.
One thing about it, they have more money, but we have more people.
Yes.
There are more poor
people
people
power.
than there are rich
people power.
People, that is it.
The people will always have the power.
It's our voice. We the people.
That's
it
true.
starts with those words. It doesn't start with we the Congress, we the Senate, we the President. It's we the people. Go ahead.
I heard reporting that the Democrats are getting a little bit pissed off about the millions of phone calls they're getting. So you know what that means for us. We keep calling them. We keep calling these senators. Lock up their voicemails. Lock them up.
Let me see. You can go to USA. While you still can, you can go to usa.gov/elected officials. It will give you everybody. If you type in your zip code, don't even have to give your name. It will give you every representative, their address, their phone number, everything. This is easy to do. Just keep it clean. Don't use no cuss words. Keep it.
Did you hear the news about the Pope, John?
I understand he's got
double
pneumonia in both lungs. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's awful.
2 weeks. He's been sick for 2 weeks, and now it's getting worse. So
I suspect we'll be seeing a new,
I think so, and I hope the next Pope is as good as Pope Francis has been, because he's spoken out and said things about Trump, especially, that I think is a good thing, and he's been a brave Pope, I think, and
I think it'd be kind of poetic if when there is a new Pope, that it's either from Africa or from Ukraine. Or from East.
But
the process.
Let me get David Robinson in the conversation. Dave.
Hey, John.
How you doing, David?
I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on in our country.
Well, welcome. You're in a good group then. I think we're all trying to figure out what the hell's going on. How's Sally?
Yeah, she's doing well. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, we're all trying to figure that out, Dave.
This is all crazy shit now. I was at the VA in Chicago today, and I had an appointment at 8 o'clock, and when I got down there, I was able to talk to one of the staff members. It was just the two of us, no one else around. She told me everybody there is scared to death. Nobody knows what's going on, who's what. Nobody
They're,
knows.
they're waiting on the next hammer to fall.
Yep. Great for the morale.
Ain't it? And
Yeah.
that's across our whole government right now.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
And
I would
again,
hate
the
to be a
ripple
vet
effect
in
that
America, John.
through the private sector is going to be a hell of an impact too. There's a lot in the private sector that support government entities. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can I ask since these big fuck-arounds on the cancellations of all these must slashes and cutting your rights and benefits, these inhalers, are they still priced reasonably, like Joe Biden, got those inhalers
that's
right
a very
down?
good, I don't know. I don't know.
Because that's so important. That's so important to people because
It
I
is.
remember you were paying hundreds and hundreds for those things when other countries were only paying $5.
And that, yes,
Yeah.
for an inhaler. Something that's going to allow you to physically breathe. They don't give a shit, Dave. They don't give a shit. Nope, not here, baby. It's all about the almighty dollar. It's not about your health. That's one of the biggest freaking things that just screams.
Well, if he increases the price again on those things for the benefit of the people that make them, obviously, if he sends them back up in price again, that's going to really turn a lot of people against him if they're MAGA and they're asthmatic. If you're an asthmatic
I think
MAGA,
a lot of MAGA are gonna have a rude awakening. A rude awakening.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let me catch up here because Beth came in with the $5 donation. Said, "How can we claim to be a democracy while siding with a dictator against the country fighting for their democracy? He should be removed from office." Out of your mouth, Beth. Straight to it. And Becky D came in with $5. Said, "Well, thank you, baby." It said, "Thank you, John, for letting people know we need to stand up. We got to say it's unacceptable, and it has to be a loud voice that says it." And our Blue Dot Greeter came in with a $5 donation and said, "Let's play the song for all the Trump and Musk regime. We all need a break. The news needs a break. The breaking news.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
For now.
Shut the fuck up.
We'll take for a few fucking minutes at this point.
Shut the fuck up.
Just don't give me no more freaking.
Shut the fuck up.
What was that? Carl just said a young man just died in Appleton, Wisconsin, couldn't afford a $540 inhaler. You want to know what the fuck is wrong with our country?
Everything.
Yeah. Money.
At the moment.
It's based on fucking money and greed. We can't give health care. How come every other developed nation in the fucking world and some not so developed can have universal health care, but we can't figure it out?
Nope.
It's the one thing that just sticks in your craw because people suffer and people die because they don't have the money to pay a doctor or a hospital. You ain't got the money. Well, fuck you. Just wait in the waiting room until you die.
Yeah.
Yep.
One trip to the.
I actually posted on the chat. Was that me or sorry? Was I speaking of someone? Sorry.
That's all right. David, go ahead.
I was going to say one trip to the emergency room can throw people into bankruptcy.
Yes.
One trip.
One accident, one illness, and there goes
your
house.
Was the point I was. That was the point I was leading to, John. Was that I posted a couple of days ago on the chat a video, and sadly because it's 49 minutes long, but it was a recently made video, and the title was "Being on Healthcare, being sick on healthcare in the richest country in the world," and that was obviously America. And I thought I knew a lot about your healthcare system and how bad it was. This was an eye opener. It's just you can search it out if you can't find it on YouTube. On healthcare in the richest country in the world, and you know what? The billions and billions of dollars the healthcare companies make.
Oh,
the insurance companies is amazing. And they showed people in the boardroom discussing cases that could cost them $150,000 for surgeries to save someone's life. He's in his 60s.
Companies make a determination based on how much money it costs or how much money it's going to.
Yes, that's what they were doing.
Yes. Well, that's how come we had Luigi. That's how come that whole conversation's going on, because that reached, in that man's mind, reached the epitome of what the fuck was wrong with this country. And we see what happened. And you know, he's got a lot of support, this kid.
Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of support.
We need more
and
of
it stems from that. From that willy-nilly fucking way that insurance companies determine whether or not they're going to pay for whatever your doctor prescribed for you or wants for you. It's not being made by a medical,
healthcare for profit.
Yeah, it's not being based on medical
advice.
It's being based on financial situation. It's going to cost too much money for us to save your ass, so we'll just let you die. That's the end. But
you can spend $1 trillion on weapons.
Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a problem, baby. That's not a problem. No, war is big business.
And he's planning
war
a tax cut of. He's planning to cut taxes for like $4 trillion. He can afford that.
$4 trillion? The country can't afford that. You people would have no health care at all.
We're not going to have shit. We're not going to have shit. That's the plan. You know what? At my kids today, they said, well, damn, Dad, you've been saying that. Yeah, poor, hungry, and needing a job. That's what the fucking Republican government has since Reagan. They want a workforce that is poor, hungry, and needing a job. They can get you to do anything. You're under their thumb.
And uneducated.
Right to work. Hey, sounds great, huh? Yeah, fuck you.
Do they think that all of these people that have lost their jobs aren't going to be in the streets? I mean, it's just going to get worse. I mean,
it's going to get worse. Any interruption in people's Social Security or something like that, a lot of us, including me, is month to month. To month. I ain't got no damn big savings account. I ain't got no money in the bank. It's month to month. My balances are down to shit right now. And that's the way most of us are. It's payday to payday. Yep, so you interrupt that, and it's not.
And they put you in debt. These people that are struggling, they say, "Oh, we'll give you a credit card for $2,000." Then they own you. They own you once they got that credit card.
It's necessity.
And
it's necessity.
Yep.
You're forced into a position to where that's all you got. Yes, a lot of us are in that same position, having to use a credit card to do something. A lot of us have to use it to pay bills. So you're not like going on a cruise on your credit card and just blowing it off.
What kind of interest do you
try
pay?
to keep the power on or something, huh?
20-something%.
20?
20-something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, real credit card interest is around about 24-25% if you do it over an annual period. It's we only charge you 2%. That's per month. Right, annually it's 24%. That's a bit different.
They're all 25-30% interest. It's designed to where you can't get your ass out. That
I want to bring up something.
It's like a student loan. You're going to be paying it for the rest of your life.
John, I want to bring up something I've seen on the BBC, which is obviously it's like
I know what
whoever
the BBC is.
Right, okay. This was an interview between a lady called Victoria Coates. She was part of the Heritage Foundation, and the interviewer was a guy called Vic Derbyshire. Now, they were talking about Gaza, and the interviewer was saying to this woman, "But listen, this is not your land," and this woman's American. This is not your land. Trump just can't go in there and say, I'm sticking a flag in the ground and saying it's American land now. And she said, well, that's something to be determined with talks. talks with who? Well, with the appropriate people. These are the answers she's giving. Then he said, how do you get the people out of there? She said, well, there's 2 roads and there's the ports. He said, no. How do you convince them? How do you get them out of there? And 2 million people, well, she said, I've just told you, the ports and the roads. He said, no, that's not what I mean. And he kept saying the same thing. And he kept, it's like insanity. You do, it fails, you do it again. It fails, you do it again.
How do you accomplish that? We know we got
she
roads.
didn't want to talk about she didn't want to talk about the principles or the rights of the people. She wanted to talk about the avenues of getting them out of there.
They could give
via
two
the
shits
roads.
about the Palestinian people.
No.
They
2 million people. I mean,
they're talking
they
about
were
disbanding them into Jordan and to Egypt. Hey, I'm not
They
sure
were
Jordan
4
and Egypt
million.
want to absorb that.
John, their population's cut in half. Their population over these wars and these violence over the years, they've lost half their population.
Dave, if you ask me, you get into the conversation about the Middle East, it's never going to go away. Not as long as religion is involved, and that's the heart of religion.
Let me tell you right now,
it is never going to be solved.
If you want an ideal picture of an oppressed people, an oppressed country, that is them. They are oppressed,
All you have
and they're
to do,
the
Dave,
image
is
of
look at
oppression.
an old map, because there used to be a country called Palestine. On the fucking map, it was right there, Palestine, right here.
I have
There's
family
Palestine.
there.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
I have family there.
In the conversation that has been going on all my life about the two-state solution is a bullshit stalling campaign, because Israel has already fucking occupied every damn corner of the West Bank. Now they want God. Where was the 2 states at? Where was that supposed to be? Because Israel has been doing settlements in the West Bank since the beginning, from the river to the sea. And that's the problem. Both I want from the river to the sea. So go figure. That's how come I say it's never going to end. As long as there's a religion in this world, that it's going to be conflict in the Middle East. It's not going to be any
it is beautiful
great
country,
peace
John.
on the earth and goodwill towards men.
It is a beautiful countryside. It is a beautiful bit of land, and I understand why Israel and America want it, because it is a paradise. But it's
Mediterranean. It's right there. Donnie
What
wants to
did
build
Trump
a
call
Trump
it?
Tower right there.
What-
It'd be great. Yeah.
What did Trump call it? He said it's worthless. It's a building site. No, it's a demolition site at the moment. It's worthless.
Yeah, that there ain't nothing in there no more that hasn't been hit by bombs. There's not hardly a square inch of it that hasn't been destroyed.
But they can rebuild.
They can
rebuild, John.
They can with the world's help.
Europe will help
the
them.
Problem.
Well, and he was asked, this is the kleptomaniac in Trump. He was asked under what authority that he can go in and take Gaza.
Yeah,
under U.S. authority.
Yeah,
Are you fucking shitting
under
me?
his word, his authority.
Yes.
That's it. Same way with
Executive
Greenland
action.
or Panama.
But John,
it's just whatever he decides.
But John,
The
he wants to
Fuhrer.
build beautiful resorts. Come on, it's going to be beautiful resorts. Trump.
Yeah, even
resorts,
Jared Kushner's come out the cracks last week and said it's good real estate.
Not only it's going to impact all of us, maggots, liberals, all of us. And
they're closing every department. He's actually
he's got a case right now in front of the
there.
Supreme Court that is challenging his. I read it the other day, and forgive me, I can't remember the case law, the names in the case that's in front of the Supreme Court right now, but it deals with the president's ability to remove somebody from a department that Congress created. And we're talking about right now, we're talking about the Ethics Oversight Committee.
He won't win that case, John. He won't win.
This is a test for the Supreme Court. He thinks it's a test of his power. Right now, I'm looking at it as a test of our Supreme Court, because that answer should be very plain. No, you cannot fire him. he wants to fire the head of the chairman of the ethics. There's another word there, and I can't remember it right now. But it's the
we know who you mean.
The watchdog
we know who you
of the
mean.
government itself. And the appointment is for a tenure that surpasses one president's reign. It's sort of like the Fed, they, or whatever I'm thinking of.
Inspectors General.
Right. They're given terms that overlap a presidency, so that way there's less political pressure put on that. Well, there you go. That's why Donnie wants to get rid of it. Don't be rude. Candace.
Hey, John, how are you, honey?
How
You
you
sound a
doing,
little
darling?
hoarse. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. A lot
That's a
of
donkey.
Yeah.
A little horse is a donkey.
Yeah.
Well, I watched an interview that James Carville was doing. You remember him? He was over the campaign years
I
ago for
remember
Democrats.
James Carmel. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, just the other day he did a interview about all the protesting that was building, on the Democratic side and stuff, and they were asking him, why aren't the Democrats more boisterous and represent, our representatives? And he said, pardon me. He said,
Panzer.
he said, they're wanting it to build in the street. He said, they're watching it. He said, and they're not going to get in the way of that snowball that's coming. He said, they know how to play the game. He said, don't underestimate them. He said, y'all keep in the streets and just, peacefully and protest right, not violence. And he said, they're watching. He said, they just want to see it build.
It has to build.
And I was like, that's coming pretty good source. You know what I mean? Because he's been around those campaigns and all those people for a long time. So as to the subject earlier, y'all were talking about that they're not getting loud. Well, some of them are getting loud,
Yes.
Now what gets covered and what gets put in your algorithm for you to see is another thing. We got to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, what you see on TV or in the news, it may not be exactly what's, that's being controlled.
Well, they're
quite a bit.
traitors.
I see that.
They're traitors. They're traitors.
The news has become a commodity. It's not the days of, David Brinkley or, when news had ethics. Now it's all about ratings. It's about the story. It's breaking news happening now.
Give you an example.
It's
Trump posted 14 times about the Daytona and him driving around the circuit and all that crap, and did not have one posting about the floods that are going on in America and people losing their lives because flooding.
Didn't give a shit.
But Daytona,
it's all about the publicity. That's why he went to the Super Bowl. It's why he went to the Daytona 500. He wants to be seen out there with, the good old boys, the MAGA. I don't think it's going to end up the way he thinks. You take away them people.
He's looking for street cred. Well, they call it street cred, isn't it?
Street
cred. Is it?
Yeah,
it's where you look tough and amongst those on the ground.
Image is to look tough. Never back down. Never give up on shit. Deny everything. Delay everything. That's Donnie's whole badass attitude.
A grifter's going to grift, John. A grifter's going to grift. He's not going to quit grifting. He's always grifting.
You're fired.
He's
That was
not
all bullshit. He didn't pay attention to that show. He walked in there. They told him who to fire, and that's his line. You're fired. That's it. Fuck. You don't do shit. Shit's his diaper. Come on, man. But he has lived his whole fucking life with that whole attitude of delay and deny.
Yep.
And yeah.
It's like ants on a sugar cube. You know how the sugar cube is there and you put it in the ground in summertime and within a minute it's just covered in little ants? That's what the GOP's become. The sugar cube is the White House and the money in the White House, and all these little ants have just covered it. He's made the cesspool up there. What was it? Drain the swamp.
A little bit
Fucking
of trivia.
hell, it's more than a swamp.
Just because, John, it was brought up on a trivia game. What bug never sleeps? Ants. Ants never sleep. And that's, a pretty good metaphor for what you just said, Dave. They're not going to sleep. They're not going to rest until they've tried to destroy everything this country has ever stood for. They want to reshape it. They want an authoritarian fascism is what they want.
Money and power. Money and power,
baby. I've said it forever when he first came in the scene. He wants the power of Putin and the adulation of Kim Jong-un. Yeah. That's what Donnie really wants. He could give a shit about the nuts and bolts of how this country works or anything. He's got people that do that.
Do you think it's going to take before they put up pictures of Trump on every federal building?
Oh,
maybe.
I'm glad you said
that. Like Mao did.
Yeah.
wasn't it Chairman Mao or Mao that done that? And also, didn't the early Russian leader do that as well? One of the early Russian leaders?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great, John, if they did that?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by a comment I was reading. What? I missed the topic of that.
Go on, Yelly Man. Repeat what you said, Yelly Man.
Go ahead.
Okay. What if? How long is it going to take before they put up a big picture of Trump on every fucking building in America?
Well, hell, they already wanting to make his birthday a national holiday. It's already a bill has already been entered. Yes, he wants his fucking face on Mount Rushmore. If he could make it a law where we all had to have a picture of the glorious leader in your house, then he would do that.
There was actually, I think Kirk
he wants us all to clap feverishly every time he comes in the room.
Well, my question would be my bigger question with that is how long is it going to be before that shit gets vandalized? Well, this country's pissed.
Tell John what you said about Rushmore, that you would be okay with. They
put, they're going to push forward this proposal that Donald Trump's face goes up on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I say, you know what? I am okay with that under one condition. Let's put his actual head up on Mount Rushmore.
Okay, you sold me. There you go. It's compromise. You want your face up there? We'll put your face up there.
That's all the space that's up there.
Stick.
That's all. There's no free space up there. That's all you can fit up there with his little head.
That sentiment is so. There's so many people that express that in different ways on social media. You just wish you could just wake up one day and he would be gone.
Oh
yeah. Did you see? Trump's team has clashed with the Associated Press. Now, Associated Press are
the Associated Press doesn't want to call the Gulf of America Gulf of America.
Exactly.
Stick with that Gulf of Mexico stuff. So they can't come into the press room and they can't get on Air Force One. Yeah.
Exactly. Control, and control.
Over that.
It's gangster tactics, mate.
He's petty.
This press secretary
in the White House press, the press lady, she's all in for that. Yeah, she doesn't. She's
another blonde one, blonde bimbo.
Yeah.
Sorry, any female blondes out there, I don't mean, but Trump seems to pick these blonde idiots, poorly educated, but got a mouth on them. That's all he picks for his press secretaries. Good-looking bimbos.
What's her name?
I don't know. I'm busy reading this message that we just got from Hudson Kerr, who came in with a $50 donation. Hudson, thank you very much, and said, Donald J. Trump just signed an executive order claiming that only the president and attorney general can say what the law is. Executive orders aren't the law, but he's pretending they are, wiping his ass with the Constitution, an authoritarian power grab, pure fascism, 1984. Nobody, if you save your country, you cannot break the law. That was his quote the other day. That's what he's wanting to do. He's wanting to sign an executive order that the law is what he determines the law to be.
He's above the law.
And if he's saving the country, what does that fucking mean?
It means
doesn't look like you're saving the country. It looks like you're trying to destroy everything in it.
Yep.
This motherfucker just gave away his whole game. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
A fascist regime. That's what he wants. He wants ultimate power. It's in the fucking book. Jesus. Mein Kampf. It's in the book. That's what
That's disgusting.
Everybody, it
Did
is.
he really do that?
And we always
Is
dance
this
around, well,
serious?
yeah, you're just calling him Hitler. Yeah, because he's trying to look at 1930s Germany and
His
Hitler's
executive
power grab
orders are nothing
Yeah,
to
more
the
than
German government. It's exactly what the fuck he's doing right now. History
What's that
repeating
mean?
itself.
I said
And we're all
his
going to sit around with our thumb up our ass going, oh, what do you mean? You know, it's just,
His executive orders are merely paper tweets,
that's it.
and it sends a message out
It can be
via
challenged.
all the news channels. Here's what he signed today, and he says what he says.
Yep.
And his minions pick it up and go, see what he said? This is
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Again, lie.
He's actually
Live on
saying
TV,
by
baby.
doing that, he's actually saying by doing that, I'm signing an order here to say I am the Attorney General are above the law. We are the lawmakers, not
He's saying
not
it more
answerable to
basic
the
than that.
law.
He is saying he is the law. That's what he's saying.
Well,
Make no
his-
mistake about the interpretation of what he means.
His minions-
That's a dictator.
Well,
That's a dictator. He's a
that's
dictator.
basically what
I'm
it
a
is.
dictator.
But you know, I'd go with that. But I'm saying an authoritarian, fascist
Okay.
regime. That's what he wants. He wants to be
And you know
dictator.
what?
He wants
The
to
ma-
be
half
the
the MAGA-
glorious leader.
half the MAGA
Anything
don't know
and
what it
all
is.
of that implies.
John, half the MAGA don't even know what that is. That's the problem. They don't know what they are
don't.
standing
They
for.
don't.
Also the
And
point.
I know personal examples of that around me. They're not into it for the policies, the news. It's all about one thing. Fuck you. I'm voting for Trump. How you like that shit? Fuck you. Yeah, how you like that? Yeah, you're gonna eat that shit. And that little sign down there that says that you can medicate the crazy, you can educate the idiot, but there's nothing you can do for the willfully stupid. That's a sign that's pointed at my house by my neighbor. And I agree 100% with that sign. He just needs to hold a fucking mirror up. Because there's nothing you can do for a willfully stupid person that would vote for a man like Donald Trump, casting every fucking thing you said you ever fucking believed in out the goddamn window for a dictator, a wannabe dictator, a fucking fascist, self-glorifying piece of shit, draft-dodging coward, liar, cheat, sexual predator, whatever the fuck you want to call him, because he's all of that. All of it.
And more.
So anybody that would vote for a person like that, I would consider willfully stupid. So hold a mirror up to yourself, buddy. It's your sign. It's your fence.
I wonder what
Just wonder
side
how
they
long
were.
it's going to
They were
take before you fucking realize.
I
Huh?
wonder what side they were. I wonder what side they
He
were
watches.
barracking for in World War II. I mean, World War II was a waste of fucking time. If this is going to be the end result for America,
Took a long
well,
time.
you've wasted.
What did
you
Khrushchev
wasted
say?
millions.
What did Nikita Khrushchev? We said we will not
we'll
destroy
take it
you
from
from
within.
outside. We will destroy you from within. And guess what? Thank you, maggots. You've made that one come true. You'll destroy
Thank
the
you,
country
Putin.
from within, dismantle the whole system, hand it over to Russia with a bow, with a fucking ribbon, because that's what Donald Trump's going to do. So Nikita Khrushchev was right. They wouldn't be able to destroy us with missiles and attack from outside. No. All they had to do is just plant the seeds of greed. I don't know.
All of Europe and the European Union and NATO, they're all telling Trump to fuck right off.
Yeah.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
glad to see that. Ain't that sad that we here in this country would be happy to see?
But guys, don't forget Asia. You keep forgetting Asia. Asia's as big as Europe in population. That's Asia. Don't like him.
Right.
You know, you're
Much
talking.
bigger.
What kind of message is this sending to China in Taiwan? You know,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, they got
Go
they got the
ahead.
backing of the world. They got the backing of the world, and
They
China is laughing because China is stepping in all the places that you stopped giving aid to and you stopped dealing
China's
with your
step in and
tariffs.
fill that
China's
hole.
stepping in.
It's business,
Yep.
baby, for China. It is about business, baby. So yeah, if we don't buy their shit, they'll find another outlet.
They're making friends. China's making friends along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Russia.
Ask all
Us.
the farmers what they think about
Yeah.
cutting U.S. aid. See what the farmers think about that.
Yeah.
What do they say?
They're the
Take
ones
What
that
do
long
they
provide.
before
say?
that hits.
They're the ones that provide that food from
That
their
food,
fields.
that grain. We're the ones that produce it, and all of a sudden that's cut off. Where's that grain going?
People think, these people on the right say, "Oh, well, we don't need to be helping the rest of the world. We need to worry about ourselves." And it's like you don't understand. U.S. aid actually supports all of our farmers. You idiots.
It actually does. The money goes back into your country.
It's
The
a
money
two-way
goes
street.
back into. Yep.
Yeah.
I've let
It's
I've
better
let
than
time
giving
slip away here,
welfare.
and we're just about at the end of the show. Before I do, because people have their hand up down in the audience and want to come on, and I'm sorry we didn't get everybody on here, but anytime I see a new name, somebody. I'm sorry, there was screaming in my living room, and evidently something exciting happened on a game. I'm guessing. Anyway, my kids. Anytime I see somebody new down in there, I want to give them an opportunity. Now, you won't have much time if you come up and... Nope. No, I gave somebody... I wanted to give somebody an opportunity to come into the room and say hello or say
Yeah, we
this
can
week.
see. We can see you've got the green hand on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tracy,
But
are you
but I
there?
guess I better hit this button over here and get the credits going. Oh Lord. Oh, but Bear, is that you? Shit, wait a minute, back up. Every once in a while I get to look up at the thing and actually see a tweet. My neighbor has a God bless truck fuck sign pointed towards our house. God bless Trump. Bro, I'm sorry.
Not our God.
Damn, Bear.
Not our God.
Yeah, I need to go see that guy. I need to go see that guy. And because I can. He used to be my mailman. He's retired now. I hope that keeps up, Bear. Never know with this guy. Anyway,
But you know when anything gets, you will know once the Supreme Court gets involved and they rule or not rule against the Constitution. That will be the question.
The court,
That'll be
the case in front of the court right now is an obvious fucking no dice deal for Donnie in this wanting to fire this guy. But it's going to be a test of the Supreme Court's the first one. It's going to find out what side of the are you on the side of laws, or are you just going to be here to rubber stamp anything the man wants? I have confidence right now that the court's going to turn him down. I can't see them allowing that. That's infringing upon the right of the legislature branch, and they're supposed to be co-equal branches of government. If he
bear
allows
in mind
his,
though, one of them did fly their flag upside down. One of them did fly their flag upside down.
Who?
And one did that fucking Supreme Court.
Oh, the Supreme Court Justice. Yes. Yeah. Oh, we have a court. Clarence Thomas is very suspect with his connections and his things to what's his name? Yeah, suspect. Not my ass. He's just
and his
what's
wife,
that guy's name?
Helen,
Ultra rich
Helen
guy.
Thomas.
Yes, his wife as well. Yes.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
Oh, there's the flying of the flag upside down and something else too.
And the other flag.
Shit. All the shit that's in my head from 8 years of this crap. It's hard to kind of go through the Rolodex up here and pull shit up. It's think of that.
A lot of people have aged. A lot of people have aged faster this last 8 years.
I have. Especially, I sometimes stop and think about that. People like myself and even those that are much more deeper, like Midas Touch and others that use their voice, Tennessee Brando, it's every day of this shit in your head, constantly looking at the news, because you got to open your mouth, you got a show to do, you got an opinion to give out. But after 8 years of that shit, that eats on your brain, and it does, and it, and in my case,
But
I'm tragedy
angry at the I'm angry at the media, John, that doesn't like this. I'm talking about CNN, ABC, that are not out there saying on their news programs the truth, the actual like saying Donald Trump today signed an executive order, making himself.
It's our
they're
society
not saying
itself,
that.
It's Louis Lapham once said that democracy dies a slow death behind closed doors. That quote is on I use that on my Facebook page. That's the first thing you see on my name. Democracy dies a slow death behind closed doors. It is our
There's another American saying.
Our voice. Huh?
There's an American saying I've always quoted that I can't remember who said it, but a weak Congress cannot support a strong House, meaning that if Congress is weak and has no strength, the House will fall. The House will fall, and your Congress is
right now
useless.
I'm thinking Donald Trump is counting on that, on the House.
If you look at 538, the polling on what people think of Congress is really bad.
Oh, it's
the people
down the tubes. I have no confidence. Nobody has any confidence in the Senate right now, in the House. The House is a group of monkeys throwing shit at each other. That's what that is. It's the Senate that bothers me. That they would, again, today's little decision there to advance Kash Patel. Really? That guy? Every Republican senator is telling me that guy should be in charge of the FBI? There's a problem there. Because if a common person out on the street can recognize a crook, why the hell can't you? He has no business being in the FBI. He's got no background, he's got nothing. But he is a yes man. And he will do anything
like
he's
the
told
defense.
to do.
You do defense secretary.
Yes,
a fucking television host.
Same way. He ain't got no experience. He hasn't got the wisdom to be Department of Defense. Kiss my ass.
They should be general. They should be general in that job.
He's a talking head from Fox News. Up Donnie's ass.
How pathetic.
That's what he wants. We cannot.
But that position should be held by a general, John. That should be held by a general.
I would think somebody with a little more experience, a little more knowledgeable, a little more in tune with the world as a whole, and our responsibilities around it.
You think he'd put General Flynn in there, wouldn't you? I mean, seriously, Donnie would want Flynn.
Yes, he would. Well, it depends on, I don't know. Is Flynn still kissing his ass nowadays?
I don't know. I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then, yeah, he'd be right up there. Sure. Remember, he took an oath to him on shit like that. That man fucked his own self over.
Yeah.
What did he take an oath to? QAnon oath. Took an oath to QAnon after a fucking general.
A flag officer, yeah. How about
flag officer in the United States Army. Are you shitting me? You're taking an oath to some make-believe fucking hate group? Yeah. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of veterans who took that oath. I guess not all of them took it seriously.
Yeah, I stand by mine.
I stand by mine, Dave. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. Dave, I'm glad you came by. Need to, come see you again.
Yeah, we need to go have some Indian.
Yes, we do. Yep. You turned me on to a whole new experience there. We need to do that again. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Back there soon. Yeah,
anyway,
good.
Dave,
have a great night.
You too. My best to Sally.
All right. Good night, all.
Good night. And Kirk.
Hey, John.
thank you for coming in, brother. Always bring something to the table. And you're passionate about it, and I like that.
I appreciate it. I try not to yell too loud. I just wanted to leave everybody with this, and I think we all see it. The resistance is rising, and this man is setting up a situation where, he could be chased out of the fucking country. I mean, here's one warning sign. When you see National Guard troops stand up, set their shields down with protesters, if the military does the same thing, take a guess.
I am holding a lot of faith in the oath when it comes to Donnie in the military and what kind of orders he's willing to try to give and how many flag officers are willing to stand up and tell him no. That's going to be.
And one more thing, democracy might be tried to get destroyed behind closed doors, but I'm here to tell you there could be people trying to put strategies together to save our democracy behind closed doors, and I'll leave it at that.
Kick the doors open. Metaphorically speaking, we need to kick the doors open. We need your voice. We need everybody participating in this, everybody concerned, and our numbers will grow. Because the impact is going to be major. Anyway, Kirk, thank you very much.
Take care.
And Yelly Man.
All right, John. Thank you for bringing me up to the table. Hope you have.
Appreciate you coming in.
Hope you have. Hope you get better. And I hear you have a bad throat. So.
Yeah,
hope you get better.
Yeah. It will. I use it too much sometimes. And oh Lord.
Yeah, we all do. But okay. Well, see you, John, and thank you.
All right, Yellow Man, come back. We'll be back here again on Thursday, brother. Come back and sit at the table. All right.
I will. Okay. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right. And let me see, before we get rid of Dave, metaphorically speaking, Dave, I want to thank David Moore, who came in with $5 donation and said, I can't believe the parade of misfits being put in charge. Thanks for the platform to discuss all this shit. Well, David, thank you for that. And buddy, come to the table anytime, because we're all discussing the shit that's going on, and there's a shit show every day. Anyway, Dave.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you, bud.
I'm with Kirk. Kirk said it well tonight. He made me feel good about what I feel. I feel that the Americans are starting to wake up. It may be a slow awakening, but they are awakening. There's more from the right moving left, or certainly centre, that see their country in turmoil. And people power is working because you're hurting them in their wallets. So keep the protests up. You will win, because you are 300 million people versus a couple of thousand. That's it.
That's it. If you get down to the real basic numbers, baby,
yes,
we outnumber them. There was just a whole lot of...
It's your house.
What the fuck?
It's your house.
It is our house. Oh, shit.
Good night, America. Good night, Moochie Chick.
Good night, Dave. Thank you for being here. And
my pleasure.
Oh, Lordy, baby.
You want to hear a poem, John, before we go?
You have a poem?
I have a poem.
Well, let's hear it.
Yes. It's from Alberto Rios, and it's actually was written in 1952.
Right.
And it's called A House Called Tomorrow. You are not 15 or 12 or 17. You are 100 wild centuries, and 15 bringing with you in every breath and in every step, everyone who has come before you, all the yous that you have been, the mothers of your mother, the fathers of your father. If someone in your family tree was trouble, 100 were not. The bad do not win, not finally, no matter how loud they are. We simply would not be here if that were so. If you are made fundamentally from the good, with this knowledge, you never march alone. You are the breaking news of the century. You are the good who has come forward. Through it all, even if so many days feel otherwise. But think, when you as a child learn to speak, it's not that you didn't know words. It's that from the centuries you knew so many, and it's hard to choose the words that will be your own. From those centuries, we humans beings bring with us the simple solutions and songs, the river bridges and star charts and song harmonies, all in service to a simple idea, that we can make a house called tomorrow. What we bring, finally, into the new day, every day, is ourselves. And that's all we need to start. That's everything we require to keep going. Look back only for as long as you must, then go forward into the history you will make. Be good, then better. Write books, cure disease, make us proud, make yourself proud. And those who come before you, when you hear thunder, hear it as their applause.
That's very well said. Very well said. You ought to
Very
put
nice.
that. Can you put that up on the Discord?
Maybe. I can try.
Okay, that would be great. I'd love to read that again. That's powerful.
And in the
It
meantime,
is us, baby. In the meantime,
we have some very, very powerful people that are moving us forward on
they
Facebook.
are.
They
They
are.
are.
They
You
are
know what we
sharing-
call them people?
What do we call them, John?
Shit sharers.
We do.
We do.
In the most loving way, though.
In the most loving way. They share this shit.
They did share this shit. And you know who did?
Who?
Kristen M. from Montana, Mimi C. from North Carolina, Yasmin F. from California, Lorenzo F., I think, from West Virginia, Daniel W. from Missouri, and Jonathan C. from South Carolina all shared this shit.
All shared this shit.
Yes, they did.
Not because of my voice, but because of your voice. All
That's
of
what
you
makes
here.
it work.
That's
Yeah.
what makes this family. I just open the door and set a table, baby. It's y'all come in. Y'all come in that chat and in the room itself. That's what this show is wholly based on, is your voice. So anyway, use it. And
Yes. And
'cause
what days do we use it, John?
huh?
What days do we use our voice right here?
Every damn day. But we're live on Sunday. It's supposed to be Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and every other day except Saturday and Sunday. I try to come out with my rant. I will be the first to admit I've had difficulties with that. Y'all know why, and yeah, I'm still dealing with that. Life is it's always not fun.
Journey. Life's a journey. It's a journey.
It is. It's a journey, and some of it gets pretty damn rough. And but you can't give up. In my mind, every day I hear her encouragement to me in this endeavor from the very beginning, and her urgement for me to continue. But it is hard. She was my political advisor, and
Life. You can say that.
anyway.
I can.
Anyway, hey, by the way, Colbua came in with a $2 donation and said, "Moderators, oh shit, we are a growing family, and we need to fix things." Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. Anyway, we will be back. Huh?
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll be back here again on Thursday for another Blue Dot Family meeting. Until then, even in the darkest of your fucking days, and I have plenty of them nowadays, I still try to find a fucking reason to smile every fucking day. And it's hard to do sometimes nowadays, but I still find it. And if I can, I'll give it away. And I did it today, and in a drive-through. So, yeah, do the best you can every fucking day. That's all we can do. Anyway, I love y'all for being here. I love you for being part of this family. And y'all take care of yourself. Say goodnight, Miss Chick.
Good night,